Alright, so in this video, let's go ahead and practice some multiplication together. While there are many different methods for multiplying two different numbers, in this particular video, I'm going to be using the standard algorithm. Let's jump right into it. For number 1, we have 5 times 8, so we just really need to know our multiplication facts here, but if we're just going to practice lining things up using the standard algorithm, where we can write it just like this, and that's just going to equal 40. 5 times 8 equals 40. For number 2, we have 3 times 7. Doesn't matter which number you put on top or bottom using the standard algorithm. But again, this is just kind of basically a multiplication fact. 3 times 7, or 3 sevens, equals 21. For number 3, we have 7 times 4. Again, it doesn't matter which number you put on top here. I'm going to put the 4 on top and the 7 on bottom this time. And so if we have 4 sevens, that's the same thing as saying we have 28. So 7 times 4 is equal to 28. For number 4, we have 9 times 6, so that basically is saying we have 9 of these 6s. We know 10 6s is 60, so 9 of them is going to be 54. So that's going to be 54 when you multiply 9 times 6. All right, for number 5, this is where things start getting a little bit more interesting, where we have a 2-digit being multiplied by a 1-digit. So when we have these types of problems, make sure you put the place values lined up and you put the number with less digits on bottom. So we do 5 times 8 first, and that's going to be 40, but carry the 4 on top of the 1. And then 5 times 1 is going to be 5 plus the 4 is going to equal 9. So we're going to get a product, or the answer to a multiplication problem, of 90. Okay. For number 6, we have 37 times 2, so put the number with more digits on top, 37, and put 2 in the ones place underneath the 7. First, we'll do 2 times 7, that's going to be 14. I'm going to carry the 1 into the tens place. And then 2 times 3 will be 6, plus the 1 will equal 7. So we have a product of 74. For number 7, we have 13 times 6, so we'll put 13 on top, it has more digits, and 6 on bottom, underneath the 3 in the ones place. 6 times 3 first will be 18, carry the 1. Then 6 times 1 is 6, plus the 1 equals 7, so we know 13 times 6 equals 78. For number 8, we have this 19 times 4, so I'm going to put 19 on top. It's got 2 digits, and I'll put 4 on bottom. It's got 1 digit. So 4 times 9 is going to equal 36. Put that in the ones place, carry the 3 into the tens place. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is equal to 7. So 19 times 4 is equal to 76. For number 9, let's go ahead and check this one out. We have 3 times 45. Even though the 3 is written first, go ahead when using standard algorithm, just put the 45 on top. And put the 3 on bottom, put the 3 right underneath the 5 in the ones place. 3 times 5 is equal to 15, carry the 1 to the tens place. 3 times 4 is equal to 12, plus the 1 is equal to 13. So we have a product of 135. For number 10, we have 7 times 43. Again, let's put the number with more digits on top, which is 43, and put the 7 underneath the 3 in the ones place. 7 times 3 is going to be 21, carry the 2. Then 7 times 4 equals 28, plus the 2 equals 30. So we have a product of 301. For number 11, this is we have 4 times 87, so I'm going to put the number with more digits on top, which is 87 times the 4. And so we do 4 times 7 first, that's going to be 28, carry the 2. And then 4 times 8 equals 32, plus the 2 equals 34. So we have 348. For number 12, this is the first time we have a 2-digit by 2-digit, and it doesn't matter which one goes on top just because they both have 2 digits. So feel free to put the 25 on top if you want. Now, when multiplying a 2-digit by 2-digit number, again, start with the bottom number. So this 5. 5 is going to multiply by 2 first, and that's going to be 10, carry the 1. Then 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 1 equals 6. And so once you're done using this 5, we don't need it anymore. And we do have a placeholder because the 2 next to the 5 is really 20. So that's what that 0 represents. Now we're going to do 2 times 2, and that's going to equal 4. So I'll put a 4 over here, and then we don't need to carry anything. And then 2 times 1 is equal to 2. And so we're going to be done just like that. We're going to go ahead and add these two numbers together here. And so 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 4 is going to be 10, carry the 1, then 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So we have a total product here of 300. For number 13, let's give this one a try. We have 28 times 13 here, so it doesn't matter which one we put on top. I'm going to put 28 on top, and I'm going to put 13 on bottom. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start with the 3. Okay, so if we start with the 3 is going to multiply by the 8 first. 3 times 8 is going to be 24, carry the 2. Then 3 times 2 equals 6, plus the 2 is equal to 8. Once we're done with that, we can go ahead and ignore this 3 and this 2. Then we can move over to using this 1 that's next to the 3, but remember this 1 is really 10, so put that placeholder. 1 times 8 is going to equal 8, and then we're going to have 1 times 2 is equal to 2. And if we go ahead and add these two rows together, or these partial products, we're going to end up with a 4. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry the 1, and that's going to be 364. That's the product right here. For number 14, let's go ahead and multiply 14 times 23. So 14 multiplied by 23. Again, doesn't matter which one's on top or bottom. Just look at how many digits they have. So let's start with the 3 here. 3 times 4 is equal to 12, carry the 1. And 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Then we're done with using this 3 and this 1 up here. We can use this as a placeholder. And let's move on to this 2, which is really 20, right? 2 times 4 is equal to 8, then 2 times 1 is equal to 2. And we can go ahead and add these two rows together. 2 plus nothing is still 2. 4 plus 8 equals 12, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So we have a total of 322. For number 15, we have this 20 being multiplied by this 15. Doesn't matter which number's on top, they have the same number of digits. Let's start with the 5 in the 1's place. 5 times 0 is going to be 0, then 5 times 2 is going to be 10. Then we're done with this 5, and we can go ahead and put a placeholder here for this 1, which is really a 10. 1 times 0 is going to be 0, then 1 times 2 is going to be 2. If we go ahead and add these two rows together, we're going to get 0, 0, 3. So this product here is going to be 300. Finally, for this last one on this page, we have 17 multiplied by 24. I'm just going to put the 17 on top and the 24 on bottom. Starting with the 4, we have 4 times 7, which is 28, carry the 2. We have 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is equal to 6. And we're done with this 4 and this 2, and we put a placeholder for this 2, which is 20. So we have 2 times 7, which is 14, carry the 1. Then 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is equal to 3. If we go ahead and add these two together, we have 8 plus nothing is 8. 6 plus 4 will be 10, carry the 1. Then 1 plus 3 equals 4. So we have a total product here of 408, or 408. Let's try out some more here. For number 17, we have this 43 multiplied by 58. So we have a 2-digit by 2-digit. Okay. We're going to start with this 8 here. So this 8 is going to be multiplying by the 3 first. 8 times 3 is going to be 24, carry the 2. Then we have 8 times 4, which is 32, plus 2, which is going to equal 34. At this point, we are done using this 8. We can get rid of it and put a placeholder for the 5, which is a 50. Then 5 times 3 is going to be 15, carry the 1. Then then we have this 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 1, which is 21. If we go ahead and add these two rows together, 4 plus nothing is still 4. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 3 plus 1 equals 4, and then 2 is just a 2. So we have a final product here of 2,494. For number 18, we have 18 multiplied by 29, so 18 times 29. Doesn't matter which one's top or bottom. I'm going to start with this 9 in the 1's place. 9 times 8 is going to be 72, carry the 7. Then 9 times 1 is 9, plus the 7 is going to equal 16. Done with this 9, done with this 7, put a placeholder here for this 2. 2 times 8 is going to be 16, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is equal to 3. If we add these two rows together here, 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 plus 6 is 12, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 3 equals 5. So our product here is going to be 522. For number 19, we have 37 being multiplied by 28. If we go ahead and multiply here, we can see that we start with the 8, and 8 times 7 is going to be 56, carry the 5. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is equal to 29. We're done with this 8 and this 5. We put a placeholder here for the 2. This is really 20. 2 times 7 is 14, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. If we go ahead and add these two rows together here, 6 plus nothing is still 6, 9 plus 4 is 13, carry the 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 7 equals 10. So we're going to get a total of 1,036. Let's check out number 20. For number 20, we have 39 multiplied by 27. So I'm just going to line it up just like this. I'm going to start with the 7. So 7 times 9 is going to equal 63. Carry the 6. Then 7 times 3 is 21. Plus the 6 equals 27. At this point, we're done with the 7 and the 6. So we're going to put a placeholder for this 2, or 20 rather. 2 times 9 is going to equal 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is equal to 7. We go ahead and add these partial products together here. 3 plus 0 is 3, 7 plus 8 equals 15, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 7 equals 10. So we have a product of 1,053. For number 21, we shift gears a little bit with a 3-digit by 1-digit. So we have 804 being multiplied by 5. So it's a 3-digit by 1-digit. So it's not too bad though. We really don't have to do too much. We just kind of multiply the 5 by each of these numbers up here. So this 5 by the 4, that's going to be 20, carry the 2. Then 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is equal to 2. Then 5 times 8 is going to be 40. So we're going to get a total product here of 4,020. For number 22, we have 213, and we're going to multiply that by 2. So we have another 3-digit by 1-digit. So we'll do another similar process here. So 2 times 3 is 6. We don't have to carry, which is nice. 2 times 1 is 2. And again, no carrying. And 2 times 2 is 4. So we have a total of 426. For 23, we have 253, and we're going to multiply that by 9. And so if we go ahead and do that, this one's very similar. This 9 is going to take turns, multiplying by all the digits above. 3 times 9 is 27, carry the 2. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 2 is going to be 47, carry the 4. 9 times 2 is 18, 18 plus 4 is going to be 22. So for this number 23, we have 2,277. One more in this column, we have number 24 here. For 24, let's go ahead and multiply this 427, multiply that by 4. Another 3-digit by 1-digit, so hopefully this is getting a little bit better. So 4 times 7 is going to be 28, carry the 2. Then 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Put the 0, carry the 1. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is going to be 17. So we're going to have a product here of 1,708. All right, last column here, let's go ahead and try number 25. So for 25, we have a 3-digit by 2-digit. So let's see if we can go ahead and handle this. So we have 204. Multiplied by 15. So make sure you line up the place values nice and organized. This 5 here is going to go to the 4 first. So that's going to be 20, carry the 2. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. Then 5 times 2 is going to equal 10. We're now done with this 5 and this 2, and we need a placeholder. Now it's the 1's turn. The 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 2 is 2. And we can add these two partial products together. 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 4 equals 6, 0 plus 0 is 0, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So we're going to get an answer here of 3,060. For number 26, we have another 3-digit by 2-digit. So we're going to put the 156 on top, and I'm going to put the 53 on bottom, lining up the place values. And what we're going to start with here is going to be this 3. 3 times 6 first is 18, carry the 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is equal to 4. We're done with this 3 as well as these 1s, and we need a placeholder, and we can move on to the 5 now. So 5 times 6 is going to be 30, carry the 3. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is going to be 28, carry the 2. Then 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is equal to 7. Then we can go ahead and add these two partial products together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 0 is 6, 4 plus 8 is equal to 12, carry the 1, 1 plus 7 equals 8. So we have a product of 8,268. For number 27, we have 25 times 108. Even though the 25 is first, what I'm going to do is write the 108 on top and put the 25 on bottom just to stay consistent with more digits on top and less digits on bottom. And then 5 will get to go first here. So 5 times 8 is going to be 40, carry the 4. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 4 is going to equal 4. 5 times 1 is equal to 5. We're done with the 5 and the 4, and we need a placeholder, and then we can move on to the 2. 2 times 8 is 16, put the 6, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. Then we can go ahead and add these two partial products. 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 6 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and the 2 just comes on down. So we have a product here of 2,700. Last few problems here from 28 down. So for 28, we have 14 times 287. So I'm going to put my 287 on top because it has 3 digits. I'm going to multiply that by 14, lining up the place values, right? And start with the 4. The 4 times 7 is going to be 28, carry the 2. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 2 is 34, carry the 3. And 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is going to be 11. Then we're done with this 4 and this 2 and this 3 and put a placeholder. Now for the 1, 1 times 7 is going to be 7, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 2 is 2. We go ahead and add these two partial products. 8 plus nothing is 8, 4 plus 7 is 11, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 8 is equal to 10, put the 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. So we get a product here of 4,018. For 29, we have 294, and we're going to multiply that by 57. So I'm going to put the 3 digits on top and the 2 digits on bottom. 7 is going to get to go first here. 7 times 4 is 28, carry the 2. Then 7 times 9 is 63, plus 2 is going to be 65, carry the 6. Then 7 times 2 is 14, plus the 6 is equal to 20. Now we're done with the 7 and this 2 and the 6, and we're going to put a placeholder. And then the 5 is going to go, and the 5 times 4 is going to be 20, put the 0, carry the 2. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 2 is 47, carry the 4. Then we have 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is going to equal 14. So we go ahead and add these two rows together. 8 plus nothing is 8, 5 plus nothing is 5, 0 plus 7 is 7, 2 plus 4 equals 6, and the 1 comes down. So we have a product here of 16,758. For number 30, let's see if we can go ahead and multiply this 35 times this 276. So I'm going to put the 276 on top, 276, and multiply that by the 35 on bottom, and give this a go. So this 5 is going to go first. 5 times 6 is going to be 30, put the 0, carry the 3. 5 times 7 is 35, 35 plus 3 is going to be 38, carry the 3. Then 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is going to be 13. We're now done with this 5, the 3, and the 3, and we need a placeholder. Move on to this 3, so 3 times 6 is going to be 18, carry the 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is equal to 8. We go ahead and add these two rows together. We get a 0. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, and 1 plus 8 is equal to 9. So we have a product of 9,660. For number 31, we have a 3-digit by 3-digit, so let's give this one a try. So we have 354. Again, since they're both 3 digits, doesn't matter which one's on top. I'm going to multiply this by 417. All right, you got to stay organized here. 7 goes first. 7 times 4 is 28, carry the 2. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 is 37, carry the 3. Then 7 times 3 is 21, plus the 3 is going to be 24. We're done with this 7 and the 2 and the 2. We can move on to using this 1 here, and we need a placeholder because we're done with the ones place. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 3 was 3. That wasn't too bad. And we're done with this 1 now. Now that we're moving on to this 4, we actually need 2 placeholders over here, and we can do the 4 next. So 4 times 4 is going to be 16, carry the 1. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1 is 21, carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is going to be 14. Finally, in this particular problem, we're going to add 3 rows together, 3 partial products. So 8 plus 0 is 8. Then 7 plus 4 plus 0 is 11, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. And 10 plus 6 is 16, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 6 plus 1 is 7. And the 4 and 1 just kind of come on down as well. So in this particular problem, we're going to have a product of 147,618. I'm just going to put that right there. And finally, for this last problem, we have 359 times 208. I'm going to go ahead and put this right over here. I think I'm going to run out of space. So 359 multiplied by 208. And let's go ahead and do one more here. So this 8 will go first. 8 times 9 is 72, carry the 7. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 7 is 47, carry the 4. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is going to be 28. We're done with the 8, we need a placeholder, and we're done with the 7 and the 4. We're moving on to the 0. Oh, that's kind of nice. 0 times 9 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0. Done with the 0. Now we are going to need 2 place values and then move over to this 2 here. 2 times 9 is 18, carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is equal to 7. If we go ahead and add these 2 rows together, 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 0 is 7. 8 plus 0 is 8 plus 8 is still, that's going to be 16, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 0 is still 3, plus 1 is 4. And then we have a 7. So our final product here is going to be 74,672. And there you have 32 different practice problems on multiplication where we specifically used the standard algorithm. Hope you found this video helpful, and as always, keep up the great work, and I'll see you in the next one.